Hello, let's talk about reasoning in ChatGPT and similar language models like GPT 3.5. Reasoning in ChatGPT is based on a combination of pattern recognition, statistical analysis, and the ability to generate coherent responses based on the input context. Let's break down how reasoning works in ChatGPT. Language understanding. ChatGPT processes the input text to understand its meaning and context. It identifies important keywords, phrases, and grammatical structures to grasp the intent of the user's message. Contextual understanding. ChatGPT maintains a contextual understanding of the conversation history. It considers the current message in the context of the preceding conversation to provide relevant and coherent responses. The model's responses are not based on memory of past interactions, but rather on patterns learned during training. Pattern recognition. ChatGPT has been trained on a vast amount of text data from the internet, which allows it to recognize patterns and relationships between words and concepts. It can associate certain inputs with specific outputs based on patterns it has learned during training. You see, so it's like millions, billions patterns that ChatGPT just learned from internet, and then what it does, it understands what you're asking for and makes connection between your context of your question and pattern that you see, like a lot of patterns, right? Okay, now statistical analysis. ChatGPT generates responses by calculating the probability distribution of the next word or phrase based on the context and patterns it has learned. It uses statistical techniques to estimate the likelihood of different words or phrases given the current input. Response generation. ChatGPT generates responses by sampling from the probability distribution calculated in the previous step. It selects the most likely words or phrases to form a coherent and relevant response based on the context and the input provided. Coherence and relevance. ChatGPT aims to generate responses that are both coherent and relevant to the conversation. It uses its training data to understand common patterns of human language and tries to produce responses that align with those patterns. However, it is important to note that ChatGPT may occasionally produce incorrect or nonsensical responses due to the limitations of its training data and the statistical nature of its approach. And finally, it's worth noting that ChatGPT does not possess genuine understanding or consciousness. It operates purely on statistical patterns and associations learned from its training data without true comprehension of concepts or reasoning in the human sense. So, let's repeat it again. It's just billions of patterns, context of your question. It finds the most relevant pattern, tries to build a reply the most relevant way with statistical techniques. This is how it works. No consciousness, no understanding of something, just patterns and matching patterns with your context. That's all. This is how it works. But it works perfectly, brilliantly. I am using ChatGPT a lot. I'm coder by myself. I'm team lead. Something else. Please help me a little bit with my YouTube project. Click on like button and subscribe button. I'm going to upload more videos about ChatGPT, about interesting people, and something else. Click on link above. Maybe you have your own ChatGPT project, you have questions, you need something to be explained to you about ChatGPT, so I can help you. Please click on button and get in touch with me. or maybe you want to be a partner in our ChatGPT project. We are involved as a team in very interesting ChatGPT project right now. So thank you very much. See you. Bye.